I am Dina Emser, so I am a lead trainer with Positive Discipline, and I am also a professional certified coach. I have worked now for 18 years with entrepreneurs, corporate managers, Fortune 500 companies, Microsoft, State Farm Insurance Company. I have people who have worked for financial planning organizations. Kind of focused a little bit on women business owners just because those have been the people who have been attracted most to me. Other than my corporate clients are mostly men.
A disciplina positiva ela é muito conhecida para pais, profissionais da saúde e também professores. Como é que as ferramentas da disciplina positiva se encaixam ao mundo corporativo?
I love leadership, and I'm always thinking about how we lead our lives first, because none of us are leaders in the beginning, right? We're figuring out how to lead our own lives. Then some of us get promoted to leadership for children because we become classroom teachers. Some of us promote ourselves to be leaders of children because we are parents. And so I learned all of those basic PD skills with kids. Then I got promoted to school director. So immediately I'm in a brand new role. I'm trying to figure out how do those same universal tools and principles apply in my relationships with professionals. What I found is that often in businesses, there's a deep connection between the bottom line and your relationships. So if people were really good at the business angle, often they were a little lacking in the relationship skills. So it allowed me to use all of my background in positive discipline to begin coaching people to improve not only their business performance, but also their satisfaction with their jobs.
Como o programa da disciplina positiva pode ajudar a melhorar qualitativamente a empresa e o ambiente da empresa? E como isso se traduz aos ganhos financeiros?
I love that you asked the qualitative question because, you know, in business, a lot of the drive is quantitative. So we want to be able to quantify or put a number to sort of our success, a way to gauge our success in business. And so it's kind of like in positive discipline where we talk about kindness and firmness at the same time. They appear to be opposite things, but when you bring those two things together, it's like the magic sweet spot. So when you think about quantity or money in business and you think about quality of relationships both between your employees and then also building that strong relationship with your clients, it's almost like taking kindness and firmness at the same time. So we think we can only have one or the other. But in reality, when we really focus on both and, with quality and quantity, it's like that magic sweet spot. Really, the focus on relationships, the focus on learning who am I as a business owner, who am I as a leader, what am I inviting, what might I improve, all of that generating it from that intrinsic motivation to change, rather than to try to figure out how to change on my employees.
The CFOs, the CEOs, the COOs, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for people time and being sweet and kind. What are they missing?
I think that the thing they're hearing is sweet and kind, and what we're really saying is connect first, in whatever way that looks appropriate or authentic for you. So we're going to all have a different style for doing that, but the connection before the correction, or it's almost like the connection with the person before the next piece of business, is going to make that next piece of business so much more appropriate and available to people if the connection's there first. If I'm coaching a leader, I coach them around their responsibility in that, but if I'm coaching a team member, I coach them about their responsibility in that. So it's on all of us, actually. So if we want, and we all, the trick is we all have such a greater impact than we think we do, because people are watching and they're paying attention, and we're always training them about how we want to be treated. So it's just sort of owning that a little bit more and stepping into it with some purpose. Anybody can do it.
Você poderia compartilhar com a gente uma ou duas histórias de clientes que aplicaram a disciplina positiva a alguma das ferramentas e que resultado eles tiveram?
So he was a person who had been on my board of directors when I was the director of the school, and he is in the Human Resources Department at State Farm Insurance at their corporate headquarters. So just a tiny bit about this guy. Brilliant, analytical, visionary, introverted, a little hard to connect. So he was having trouble using his voice in a leadership position to sort of explore the vision of the company. And the reason was that he didn't feel connected. So when I was coaching him, I said, so how could you use your strength, your analytical strength, to make a plan to connect with people? So it's almost like, how can we get to your weakness via your strength? So he thought about it for a little bit and he said, well, I could make a plan to have lunch with somebody that I want to get to know better or connect better at least once a week. So that was his plan, to use his analytical strength. I mean, he basically made a spreadsheet of the people that he wanted to connect with and how he was going to do that to make a plan. And that was probably 5 years ago. He's still coaching with me. And now he is, has been invited to the leadership team of the whole corporation, like the top floor leaders. And it is his voice, because he has the vision skill. His voice has much more power now because he's both grown his connections and in doing that has grown his confidence in his own voice.
And even if you don't know your strength, you can find out through the workshop.
Exactly.
Because there's a lot of opportunities to spot others, but mainly yourself.
Yeah, it's really important for us not only to know, but claim and own our strengths. How is the world going to be served if we don't know and use our strengths?
Right.
If we are going to empower all people to bring their own leadership, then it can come from any team member in whatever position they're currently holding.
I so admire you for creating this program and being the co-author of Positive Discipline in the Workplace.
Thank
It has
you,
changed
Fernanda.
my life. It has changed my husband's life, who is an executive, and so many people. So thank you so much.
My pleasure.
I can't wait for you to be in Brazil and experience the culture and also learn from how this program can be adapted to so many different environments.